I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through. I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go. The only thing that I know, you were my gravity, but now I had to leave. I will let you go. Why do you think that I want? Why do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity. 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 I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me. No, we're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all. We should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back. Starting from scratch, I won't let you go. No, I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go. No, baby, I will not.
Warning: the Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
Good afternoon, race fans, and welcome here to NNSCRA TV's coverage of the NNSCRA Duracell Ultra Lite Series as we begin the race weekend from the racetrack known as Hillside. Doubleheader this week. Duracell Ultra Lite Series drivers, Duracell Next Gen Cup Series drivers ready to take to this high-banked, shorter racetrack. Not considered a short track, but it is definitely a little bit more congested than some of the other tracks that we've had here on the schedule. These drivers had an off week last week as it was just the Duracell Cup Series drivers doing some restrictor plate racing, but now they're ready to get onto the racetrack here with only 8 races left in this regular season, 8 more opportunities to win or point their way into a Duracell Ultra Lite Series playoff position. Last time we saw these drivers on the racetrack, it was back at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Juan Garcia picking up his first career win and definitely shaking up the playoff standings as a result of that. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. 29 drivers going to be here tomorrow afternoon taking part in this week's Light Series race. To my knowledge, only one of our Cup Series regulars going to be participating in this one. Garage 55 will not be fielding their all-star car. Jack Mitchell's not participating. Reggie Fogelman's not participating. Only driver, Cup Series regular, is this guy right here in the Bishop Family Racing all-star car. That will be Dylan Young in the number 16. And as we saw, he was the first driver out on the racetrack. Pretty smart when you consider the track length and the amount of space available to a full field here at Hillside. Maybe get out there early when the racetrack is pretty much clear, put down that money lap, and hope that it's going to be enough to keep you at the top of the board to start you from the pole position. Right now, Dylan Young did have the fastest lap, but now lap times start filing in, and he is very quickly dropping down the board. As soon as I say that, he jumped back up to the number 1 spot and now begins to free fall once again. So going to be a bit of a conveyor belt, I think, in terms of speeds here in the early going. It'll even out as we get longer into this 10-minute session, which you can see is already almost 2.5 minutes in arrears. So as we watch the top of our screen as the speeds start to file in, a little over 7 minutes remaining. Here's a look at what your playoff standings would currently look like at the conclusion of Charlotte a couple of weeks ago. Top 7 in the point standings will make their way into the playoffs at the end of the regular season. Right now, those 7 drivers would be Cam Wright Jr., your current points leader, Roberto Crown Jr., Jordan Anderson, Jackson Haywood, Kyle Langland, David Dixon, and Skylar Taylor. Those drivers right now, top 7 in overall points. After his win a couple of weeks ago at Charlotte, Juan Garcia has now jumped up 8 spots to 8th in overall points. He is the highest driver outside of the top 7 with a victory, so right now he would have the number 1 wild card position. Aubrey Powell jumped up to 10th in overall standings. Right now the second highest driver in points with a win outside of the top 7. So she is currently in the second wild card spot. And then how about this for a conversation coming into this weekend? Dave Smith, 16th in overall points. He's got the number 3 wild card spot, but right behind him 17th in overall points is Cole Koibe, 1 point back from Dave Smith. And then, right behind them, you've got Michael Turner. He's 20th in overall points. He is currently, according to scoring, 13 points out of that number 3 final wildcard spot. So if there's 3 drivers we'll be keeping an eye on during the course of tomorrow afternoon's race, it's going to definitely be the 15, the 38, and the 02. Speaking of Aubrey Powell, currently top of the board in that 71. Well, was, according to our scoring, has since now dropped down to 4th fastest. Looks like those lap times continuing to check in as more drivers take a turn at the top of the leaderboard. Aubrey now currently scored in 4th place. Let's see if we can find out who it is that's now jumped up to the top of the leaderboard, and it's that car right there. The driver out of Michael Norman Motorsports, Chris Dollerton, in the Shell Pennzoil Dark Horse Mustang. Dollerton coming into this one 11th in the standings, was for a brief moment in the top 7 in points, but dropped back out and has tried to fight his way back in. Not really sure how important track position is going to be at a racetrack like Hillside. I don't feel it's going to be super important. You can pass here for sure. Just have to be very patient about it. But I feel like a lot of these drivers still, they want that little bit of security being closer up to the front of the field, just in case they don't have a car that's handling all that well in traffic. Hillside's a very difficult racetrack as well when a wreck occurs to be able to avoid it. We have seen so many times, especially with the high banking here through the corners, drivers get beached down on that apron or down in the transition from the banking to the apron. It's usually a tough thing for drivers to be able to drive away from an incident and not be stuck there, have to call a tow and lose multiple laps. So I think you're going to see a lot of drivers, as I said, while it's not necessarily a huge point of emphasis, I think they're definitely going to want good starting track position for tomorrow afternoon, keep themselves ahead of any potential mayhem. So now as lap times start to settle in a little bit here, Dollerton top of the board at a 21.937. Nathan Stapleton currently would have the Dark Horse blue ovals on the front row, as he is 2nd fastest on the board, about 600ths off of Dollerton, 21.997. Nathan Stapleton, definitely a driver that is looking for some good luck. He had a decent run at Charlotte, moved up a couple spots in the standings as a result, but he's still 18th in overall points, 101 points out of the points lead, and more importantly, if we're gauging to that 7th in the standings cut line, he's about 51 points below that cut line. So a lot of drivers definitely eyeing 7th in points more than they are the points lead, and of course as well, a victory can help you out in your battling for a playoff position. Speaking of that 7th position in the standings, Skylar Taylor, former winner on the season, sits in that spot, and right now, out of the 29 drivers that have taken time, Taylor sits in 28th, so Skylar not in a good position as far as where he would roll off the starting grid here tomorrow afternoon, and he's going to come to pit road here with a little under 2 3/4 minutes to make some adjustments. Oh my gosh, Autumn Brooks just hit the attenuator. What in the heck just happened there? Well, that'll be something we'll keep an eye on tomorrow, especially if we have green flag pit stops, as Autumn Brooks just clobbered the tires that are supposed to protect drivers from hitting the edge of the pit wall, and it shot her into the air and backwards on the apron of the back straightaway. Fortunately, as we've stated in previous sessions, you get involved in a wreck, you don't have to go to the rear of the field in a backup car. Autumn Brooks currently 9th on the speed chart, so that's where she would start if she is to stay there for the remainder of these 2 minutes. We're looking at Cam Wright Jr., points leader, coming into this one. The junior battle for the points lead continues. Got closed up a little bit after Charlotte a couple of weeks ago. Roberta Crown Jr. only 12 points behind Cam Wright Jr. Both those drivers former winners on the season. Cam Wright Jr. currently the only repeat winner in this 2nd season of Duracell Ultra Light Series competition. Some more names have jumped up into the top 5. Now jumping up to 2nd, Eli Bright in his Toyota. Sarah Fogelman, also in a Toyota, up to 3rd. Dylan Young to 4th, and Sean Galligan's Mazda up to 5th, but nobody able to yet displace Chris Dollerton from the pole position. In a matter of about maybe 2 minutes, Stapleton went from outside the front row now to outside the top 5, currently 8th fastest on the board. There's Cole Koibe. We're going to be, again, as I said, we're going to be focusing on him, as well as Michael Turner and Dave Smith during the course of tomorrow afternoon's race here. That'll be taking place at 3 o'clock. Cup Series drivers will have their qualifying session at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow afternoon. Cup drivers, of course, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time have their race on Sunday. There's Roberta Crown Jr., the Beyblade Blast Toyota Supra out of Trackhouse Racing, in that battle with Cam Wright Jr. for the overall points lead. Right now, Cam Wright Jr. sits 15th on the board. Roberta Crown Jr. going to start pretty close, as right now the 18 car is 18th fastest. Less than 30 seconds remaining. And so far, Chris Dollerton keeps his lap time intact. Looking to start from the pole position. Eli Bright was second fastest moments ago, but he's now dropped to third because Craig Batson has jumped to the second spot at a 21.952, 7 thousandths faster than Eli Bright for the outside of the front row. Of course, Craig Batson, a former winner on the season back at the Texas Motor Speedway. We'll be keeping tabs on him, trying to climb his way through the point standings. He's up to 26th in points. He's about 25 points behind his nearest competitor. Needs to get another victory or get himself up there into the same conversation as Turner, Smith, Koibe, to be able to battle for a wild card spot. And I mentioned about the fact that Dylan Young, the only Cup Series driver, I forgot Daniel Voiles is full-time here as well. Not running for points, but full-time in the late series as well in the 23. So we'll have 2 Cup Series drivers that will be participating in tomorrow afternoon's festivities. As zero's on the clock, nobody was able to top the lightning fast lap time by one Chris Dollerton. See if we can find him here. Well, looks like we won't be able to find him as session is complete. And Chris Dollerton clocking in at a 21.937. Very early on in the session is going to claim the pole position. Let me double check and see. Yes, indeed. That is his first Duracell Ultralight Series pole, and it will be an all Ford front row as Craig Batson in the 91 will share the outside of the front row with Dollerton for tomorrow afternoon's festivities. Then they'll be followed by a couple of Toyotas. Teammates Eli Bright and Sarah Fogelman of Trackhouse Racing will be back in row 2. A couple more Fords will make up row number 3 with Kyle Langland alongside of Dylan Young. Highest starting Mazda, Sean Galligan in 7th. Then the Toyota of Wes McCoy will start in 8th. Michael Turner and Nathan Stapleton will complete the top 10. That is 6, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, 6 Fords that are going to start up inside of the top 10 for tomorrow afternoon's race. We'll see if the Blue Ovals can close out the deal in race speed. They certainly brought some good qualifying speed here to Hillside Raceway. You take a look at the rest of the running there. Skylar Taylor was the slowest of all the drivers. The Daytona winner will start shotgun on the field and comes into this race in that very critical 7th position in the point standing. So we'll have a lot of storylines to follow tomorrow afternoon. Hope you guys enjoyed this qualifying session. Congratulations to Chris Dollerton on capturing the pole. We'll see you guys tomorrow as we continue on our race weekend here from Hillside with Cup Series qualifying and our Duracell Ultra Light Series race. But thanks everybody for tuning into this. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give me a like, subscribe part of the crew today. We showed you your full qualifying results, and we'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon as we continue on our race weekend here from Hillside Raceway as you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of NNSCRA TV, offline racing at its best.
The following has been a presentation of NNSCRA TV for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of the NNSCRA is prohibited. NNSCRA would like to thank all of our loyal fans, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.